So this is awkward. What can I say? After 11 and a half years, I'm now lazy dreadless. It took two of us working for 55 hours across 6 days. It took 70 episodes of Gossip Girl and 3 movies to get these out. It wasn't a pleasant task. Originally, I planned to try and take out at least one full-length dread to see how long the hair would be, but I underestimated how much work it was to do. So in the end, we basically cut all of them in half. So I was only brushing out half the length. And even with half the length and the two of us working at it, 55 hours. I do not relish that experience. But I did get hair out of it. I had more hair than this, and then I had my first haircut in maybe 12 or 13 years to bring it to here, and now for the first time since I was 14 I have loose hair, which is a novel experience. It's alien. My head is super light. So my followers on Instagram saw I posted a picture last week showing me with no dreads. Actually, I started the process of removing them just before New Year's and finished just after New Year's. In between, I had to fly. I flew. I started in England, finished in Norway, so I flew, and I can't like wear a hat through the airport, so I had to fly with half a head of dreads. I normally get weird looks from airport security, but I got extra weird looks with half a head of dreads. It's a bit of an end of an era. I've spent over a third of my life with dreads, and everyone asks, why? Why did you stop? Why did you get rid of them? And I think I will sum it up kind of a little bit here, and if anyone wants me to kind of ramble on with my entire thought process and really give you details on why I've decided that, for now at least, that just at this point in my life dreadlocks aren't for me, then leave me a comment and my next video will be specifically why I removed my dreadlocks. But just kind of in short, I just felt like, yeah, that I wasn't connected to them the way that I was before. And I always say in my videos that you should be like 150% committed to dreadlocks if you're gonna be patient enough to have them and to look after them and go through them. And then I just found that my current point in my life, kind of the things that I want to do, how I want to sort of structure myself, that they weren't fitting, and I felt trapped by that. It was like I had dreadlocks because they were freeing, And after 11.5 years of the exact same thing, growing dreadlocks consistently and consistently, they weren't freeing like they were when I first started. It was kind of more trapping. I have no issue with dreadlocks, I have no problem with them. I've deliberately left my hair longer because I want the possibility to grow new dreadlocks if I decide that I've made a mistake, and dreadlocks are for me. And I have in no way ruled out growing dreads again, but I decided that, you know, for now I wasn't having kind of the 150% that I needed. And a lot of people have been disappointed by that on Instagram. Well, some people have been disappointed, more people have been happy for me because they've kind of connected with the idea that I need to do what feels right. But I can understand why some people would be disappointed, and the only thing I can say to that is you have to grow your hair and do dreadlocks for yourself and not for someone else. I think for the longest time I've been more kind of passionate about growing dreadlocks than having dreadlocks. Some people have commented like how freely and easily I've trimmed my dreads over the years, like why I've not been upset over removing dreadlocks as if it's some sort of, because obviously some people highly prize growing long dreads of a certain age because it symbolizes the commitment they've had, but that's never something that I've really connected with. For me, it's always been about the freedom of not caring about your hair in kind of a common sense, and just being able to be free with it. And dreadlocks have allowed me to do that for the longest time, and I just feel like for now at least I can continue to be free with my hair, but just not have it in dreadlocks. And it was kind of a bit of a strange revelation that that's something that I could do. It took it was difficult. Not so much that I was attached to the dreadlocks anymore, because I just felt like, I don't know, it was something that I'd considered for a while, but then kind of when you've made your decision, it's kind of, I've made the decision, and it just was looking for a time and help to do it so that I could try this next step, try something different. But what was really kind of difficult for me was that I really enjoy not being a YouTuber. I can be a YouTuber anywhere. Like, and it's never bothered me whether people, like, lots of people watch my videos. So I can continue to make videos whether it's for here or anywhere else. But it's upset me that I felt like I was gonna lose a connection to. I've made so many friends through doing this. Like. Online and through social media, I've connected with so many people through me having dreadlocks and them having dreadlocks and starting a conversation. And then it took a long time for me to come to the realization that actually a lot of my friends that I met that way don't have dreadlocks anymore, or they took out their dreadlocks and they restarted new dreadlocks. And it's not why I'm friends with them or why they're friends with me. It might have been what started it, but it's not the important part. And kind of coming to that realization lifted such a weight, and that I can continue to be kind of connected to the community that I've formed. I think the Lazy Dreads Facebook group has 8,000 people in it. I still have that group of people and the friends that I've made, but I still have the knowledge that I have. I can still help people, but I just don't happen to have dreadlocks at this time. I've ranted on for a lot longer than I intended to. It's kind of fallen out of me. I've not gone into all that I could, maybe, about why I disconnected from my dreadlocks now. Like I said, if that's something that people want to talk about, want me to talk about, leave me a comment. It will be my next video, and I can kind of break down my thought process on it and how I got to the decision, because it wasn't an easy decision. It was kind of one I got to in stages. But I just wanted to make this video to, one, show that I'd removed my dreadlocks, because, you know, on social media, people, I'd posted pictures, and I kind of wanted to talk about it because it's a big deal in my life, and I was like, I'm not sure when the time is right to tell people, because I'm comfortable and I'm happy, but I'm like, I don't know how people are gonna be. But now that it's out there, I felt that it's time. Let's get onto YouTube. Let's show that Lazy Dreads is Lazy Dreadless. Lazy Dreads does have hair after 11.5 years of dreadlocks. I think that is definitely something. or all the people that say you'll have to cut your dreadlocks out if you're gonna get rid of them. I mean, it would be a lot faster, but no, I have long-ish hair. It was longer before I trimmed it, and it would have been even longer before I cut the dreadlocks. This isn't going to be the end of the Lazy Dreads channel, at least for the short term. If you guys want to have a video with me talking about why I remove them, that's obviously a video that's coming up. I do want to talk about in another video like the quality of my hair after it was done, and my experience with loose hair, like how it is when I'm finished, but I don't want to like pack everything into one single video because it'll be way too long. I also would like to, if any of you guys are open to it, I'm intending to do some Q&A on this. I can be brutally honest with anything to do with dreadlocks or the removal process. I've always tried to be honest with you guys, even when it's about my personal stuff, but I'm open to anything that you have to ask me now that, I mean, my dreadlocks aren't even here now. I have nothing to lose. You can be brutal with your questioning. Just leave me a comment in the comment section. Write question at the start. I'll know you want it for a Q&A, and I'll get into those. Ask me anything you like. For now, I think that's it. I just wanted to show you guys kind of my fluffy hair that I don't really know what to do with, because I've spent, I don't know, over a decade with dreadlocks and then half a decade making YouTube videos talking to people about hair. But now that I have this hair, it's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I've just kind of left it messy rather than brushing it, because my like ethos, like my point of view hasn't changed. Kind of how I view myself and how I view hair hasn't changed. It's just the practicalities of it doesn't have to be locked into mature dreads has changed for me, at least temporarily. If you want to check out what I'm up to, some of my stuff, I'm still Lazy Dreads. People have asked, am I going to change my name on Instagram? And like, I have no immediate plans to, mainly because it's the name that I've built and the reputation that I'm very much connected to. And two, it's funny that it annoys some people that I'm still called Lazy Dreads on Instagram without any dreadlocks, but you can follow my stuff there. You can likewise ask me questions there if you want to check something out. And I'd like to thank you guys for everything. I'm not done, I'm not dead, I'm not disappearing, but I do appreciate that this is going to be, this is definitely, I don't know, it's definitely something different, and I appreciate that. And I'm here to hear your comments, anything you guys have to say. Throw me some comments, throw me some questions, and I will see you for the next video. Lazy Not So Dreads. Farewell. This is so weird. I didn't know how this was gonna be. It's emotional, but not. It's like I'm happy, but also on edge, because it's exciting and it's an unknown. It's an unknown. Also, it's just everything is weird. Like, my head is so light. My head is so light. It's gonna float away.